Protest music. Is it important? This video will discuss the history of protest music during the Vietnam War, the Civil Rights Movement, and the punk movement. Through these events, we'll see the impact that music had on them and how it relates to people's rights and responsibilities in society. Protest music and the use of music in protest played an important part in people's rights and responsibilities throughout time. Protest music was prevalent during the Civil Rights Movement, the Vietnam War, and the punk movement. Music in protest helps people express their views, try to break free from discrimination, and create community and belonging with other people of similar backgrounds and views. Music in protest helps people express and spread their opinions and fight for their rights while exercising their right to free speech. To understand the effects of protest music, you have to look at its origins. A lot of protest music is based around the genre of folk music, with lyrics that are known to convey emotion and tell stories. Folk music tends to have simple melodies and memorable lyrics, making them easier to learn and sing. A positive effect of protest music is its ability to boost morale and raise spirits in dire situations. In the case of the Civil Rights Movement, specifically during rallies. The Civil Rights Movement took place during a difficult time in many people's lives considering the discrimination that African American people were faced with. Protest music helped people overcome these hard times by spreading messages of perseverance and overcoming obstacles. The song, We Shall Overcome, a folk song typically sung by Pete Seeger or Joan Baez, is an example of a well-known, uplifting protest song. We Shall Overcome quickly became an anthem for the Civil Rights Movement, providing comfort and an uplifting message to protesters. In the article, We Shall Overcome, the story behind the song, it says, it offered courage, comfort, and hope as protesters confronted prejudice and hate in the battle for equal rights for African Americans. Songs like this one helped people believe that they really would overcome their hardships, and the message of resilience gives them hope for a brighter future. Another article from Harvard Medical School states that soothing jangled nerves is one thing, raising sagging spirits another. Bright, cheerful music can make people of all ages feel happy, energetic, and alert. And music may even have a role in lifting the mood of people with depressive illness. Music has been proven to uplift people and soothe nerves. Music during protests like the Civil Rights March on Washington in 1963, where Joan Baez, Bob Dylan, and various other singers performed, helped people stay positive about their message and have hope for the future because of the uplifting music. You may be wondering about the negative effects of protest music. Well, many people believe that music and politics should stay separate. They may have this view because in their eyes, music is a form of entertainment and shouldn't be used to voice political ideas. An online blog titled Music as a Political Platform from Mike Wendlandt says, there is absolutely no need for politics to have any place in music, as it is for entertainment, not to try to sway someone to your beliefs. Despite Wendlandt's claim, music isn't solely for people's entertainment. Music is a form of art and expression. Part of that expression may be protesting and making opinionated statements based on political ideas and events. Music gives people the opportunity to express and share their political ideas, opening an opportunity for change and community. Jonathan Reuss, another author of an opinion piece, says, simply put, entertainment doesn't need to inform its audience about politics, because you can always get that information elsewhere. Although Reuss is correct in stating that there are other ways to hear about politics and current events, once again, music is a way for people to express their opinions on issues and spread information. It's good for these views to be shared through music when there are dire circumstances like war and other injustice, because expressing these issues through protest and political music allows people to connect and understand better than other sources that may be difficult to understand and less accessible than music, which is universal. Protest music helps make changes. It connects people's views and is a voice for the change citizens want to see. Protest music was used to make a change during the Vietnam War among all of the anti-war and pro-peace movements during the Vietnam War. People were protesting against the draft. Songs like Fortunate Son by Creedence Clearwater Revival spread messages against the draft, arguing that it was a death sentence and unfair to those who had no choice but to go to war, unlike the more fortunate people with money and personal connections. The draft ended in early 1973. An article from the University of Michigan states, "The draft received even more resistance as dissenters became more frustrated with the system. Finally, Nixon ended the draft." Although not directly connected to music protesting the draft, all of the protest and frustration with the draft is what caused it to come to an end eventually. The draft was ended because of people's frustration and disagreement with it. Songs like Fortunate Son were a crucial part of the anti-draft and anti-war protests and had a role in ending the draft because these songs showed and expressed displeasure with the draft, contributing to the expression of frustration, causing the end of it. Also relating to music making changes is the category of punk music. Punk music and the punk movement had a more aggressive and loud sound than folk, but still caused a large societal change that has influenced a lot of people's ideas and views today. An article titled "The Rise of Punk Counterculture, a Definitive Overview" says, "Politically, punk counterculture challenged the status quo and advocated for social change. It provided a platform for marginalized voices and highlighted issues such as inequality, racism, and sexism." Emerging from the 1970s, punk was a heavily music-dominated movement. Songs like White Riot by The Clash and many other songs promoted a change in society. White Riot is a song addressing the struggle of African American citizens through their oppression and standing against police brutality. Punk was a movement that stood for people's rights and equality, standing against issues like homophobia and racism. This is reflected in the music, and there's been a clear societal change that this music influenced, that is seen today with less discrimination and oppression towards people who are considered to be different. While music is a fun and enjoyable form of entertainment, it has and still can be used as a strong social tool, allowing people to fulfill their rights and responsibilities. This is evident in events like the Civil Rights Movement, Vietnam War protests, the punk movement, and an overall strive for reform. Protest music uplifts spirits, allows a voice to be heard, makes changes, and helps work towards the well-being of U.S. citizens. Even though some believe that political music isn't necessary, it is the people's responsibility to express their thoughts and ideas with society in order to make a change. Music allows a voice for this and lets people use their right of free speech in a way that is impactful and makes a statement.